Just last week, a senior Microsoft executive testified before the French Senate regarding their national health data hub. He was asked, under oath, if he could guarantee that French citizen data would not be handed over to the U.S. government. His answer was exact: "No, I cannot guarantee it." This vulnerability stems from a physical limitation of Layer 2 network architecture. Sovereign governments attempt to shield their digital citizens by deploying complex compliance frameworks, but these regulations are fighting a losing battle against the physical reality of the Internet. The system relies on Layer 2 network architecture, where raw data is physically pulled from the edge into a centralized server. Because the data physically moves, whoever owns that server dictates the law. Its physical location supersedes the original source. To counter this vulnerability, enterprises and governments spend billions on endless legal fees and data localization treaties. They are trying to solve a hard network engineering problem with human bureaucracy. It is impossible to legislate data sovereignty on an infrastructure stack that was never built to verify truth. The solution requires us to stop trying to regulate the ghosts in the machine. We have to upgrade the substrate itself. Enter Layer 3 architecture and the algorithmic fiduciary engine. This shifts the enterprise from centralized data lakes to deterministic attestation. The first step is zero data egress. Instead of pulling data to the cloud, we deploy gateways directly inside the sovereign or utility firewall. The compute goes to the data. The raw information never leaves its home network, allowing in-situ querying. Keeping the data physically anchored in place is the only mathematical way to establish an unbreakable sovereign border. Step 2 is cryptographic attestation. When the network needs to verify a piece of reality, the edge evaluates the query locally. It returns a zero-knowledge proof, completely omitting any personally identifiable information from the transaction. The final step is ephemeral wiping, or Lock 7. This is triggered the exact moment a 67% multi-party consensus is reached. Once validated, the raw hot data used during the local query is algorithmically annihilated, instantly vanishing from the system. This mathematical erasure guarantees absolute privacy. If the raw data ceases to exist, it can never be stolen or extracted. This neutralizes the threat of a foreign government or competing entity attempting to legally compel the handover of sensitive records. A court order cannot force the extraction of data that mathematically no longer exists. For sovereign nations, this brings an end to the point of denial, finally providing rigid, enforceable borders for their digital citizens. For enterprise hyperscalers, this means absolute indemnification from global regulatory liabilities, like the mandates inside the EU AI Act. Engineering data sovereignty into the mathematical substrate of the network creates a permanent protection that